Imagine this. You wake up one ordinary morning, you stretch your arms, rub your eyes, and climb out of bed. But something feels different. Your bedroom doesn't look the same. The ceiling seems impossibly high. Your bed looks like a giant mountain. Your phone is the size of a building. You rush to the window. Outside, everything has become enormous. Or maybe you became incredibly small. You are now the size of an ant. At first, it sounds exciting. Imagine exploring the world from an entirely new perspective. But within minutes, you realize something terrifying. The world you once knew has become one of the most dangerous places on Earth. Could you survive? Let's find out. The first thing you notice is how unbelievably huge everything is. A single grain of sand is almost the size of your foot. Tiny cracks in the floor have become deep canyons. A drop of water looks like a giant crystal ball. Even a simple staircase is impossible to climb. Every object around you suddenly becomes an obstacle. But that's only the beginning. The real challenge is gravity. You may think shrinking would make you weaker. Surprisingly, the opposite happens. As your body becomes smaller, your muscles become relatively stronger. This is called the square cube law. It explains why tiny animals can lift many times their own body weight. An ant can carry objects over 50 times heavier than itself. If a human had the same strength relative to body size, you could lift a car, you could jump several times your own height, and falling from a table might not even hurt you. But your incredible strength comes with new problems. The wind becomes your enemy. A gentle breeze that barely moves your hair today would feel like a powerful storm. Walking outside on a windy day would be almost impossible. Even the air itself becomes thicker around you. Every movement requires more effort. Now imagine it starts to rain. For us, rain is refreshing. For someone the size of an ant, each raindrop is like a giant water balloon falling from the sky. One direct hit could knock you to the ground. Enough rain could trap you inside tiny puddles that now look like enormous lakes. Finding shelter becomes a matter of survival. Then, you hear something moving. You turn around. A familiar insect slowly walks toward you, a house spider. Yesterday, you ignored it. Today, it is larger than a truck. Its 8 legs move silently across the floor. Its eyes lock onto you. Spiders don't see humans as food, but at your size, you might suddenly look like prey. Running is your only option. And spiders aren't the only danger. Ants, beetles, praying mantises, even dragonflies become deadly hunters. The insect world is full of predators. You have entered their kingdom, and here, you are no longer at the top of the food chain. But insects aren't the only creatures you should fear. Imagine your own pet dog running toward you. Normally, your dog is your best friend. Now, each paw lands with enough force to shake the ground beneath you. One careless step could end your adventure instantly. Even a curious cat could become one of the most dangerous predators you have ever faced. Now let's talk about food. You probably think eating would become difficult. Actually, one slice of bread could feed you for weeks. A single grape would be larger than your entire house. One cookie could become an endless buffet. Water would also look very different. Because of surface tension, water no longer behaves the way you expect. Tiny insects can actually walk across the surface of ponds because water acts almost like a flexible skin. At your size, you might experience something similar. Science becomes very strange when you become very small. Then night falls. Darkness covers the world. Sounds become louder. Every vibration travels through the ground. You hear insects calling, leaves moving, animals hunting. The peaceful garden you knew during the day has transformed into a dangerous wilderness. You quickly realize something surprising. Nature doesn't become less interesting when you're tiny. It becomes more alive than you ever imagined. Every blade of grass becomes a towering tree. Every flower becomes an enormous forest. Every spider web becomes a deadly trap. You begin seeing a hidden world that humans normally never notice. Scientists often study insects because they reveal incredible engineering solutions. Ant colonies function like perfectly organized cities. Bees communicate using special dances. Spider silk is stronger than steel for its weight. Even the smallest creatures have evolved amazing survival strategies over millions of years. Perhaps becoming tiny teaches you something important. The world has always been full of wonders. We were simply too big big to notice them. So, could a human survive at the size of an ant? Maybe for a little while. Your strength would increase. Long falls might become harmless, but almost everything else would become more dangerous. The weather, the insects, the animals, even ordinary objects inside your own home. Life would become an endless survival challenge. Yet you would also discover one of the most extraordinary